What's going on, everybody? It's Tyler from Dirt Road Country, and I've got a really special guest down here with me. It's not too often I have an Arkansas native, and it is a pleasure to have him on here. Wyatt Putman joins me. He's fresh off a brand new song that's called Cowgirl Thing. Wyatt, what's up?
Man, what's going on, Tyler? How you doing, buddy?
Dude, I'm doing so well. I cannot believe I feel like I say this in every interview recently, but it's almost 2024, which is kind of crazy to me. But how does it feel being on here, knowing that the year's coming to an end, but you just put out a new single?
Man, it feels good. I feel like we're doing things a little differently than everybody else. This time of year, people either really slow down with burning songs and putting music out, or they just turn to a Christmas song to kind of run those roads, which I love. But I thought, heck, why not go against the grain like I always tend to do and put out another song?
Hey, man, I'm going to say this right here, right now. I think right now is the perfect time to put out new music that's not Christmas music or anything, because you're one of the only few releases coming out at the time. All the focus
Right,
is on you.
right, right. Well, at least I'd like to think so.
Well, you put out four songs this year. 2023 has been a great year for you. Well, what's the whole year been like for you? Thinking about it in a retrospect, the last 350 so days.
Man, this year has been one to remember. We put out that first single. Pardon my French, Mama, if you listen to this outlaw shit. Uh, and we put out that song. Gosh, I think it was April or May. And then a few months down the road, we put out that music video. It's about to punch 100,000 views on YouTube. Not big to a lot of folks, big to me. We followed that up with another single called Back Road Country Music uh,
I like
with
that.
my friend Frank Foster out of Louisiana. Frank's been killing it for years on an independent level that not everybody sees just any day at any time. He's been killing it, and he's become to be a really, really good friend of mine, really good buddy. So to finally put out a song with somebody that I've looked up to for a long time was awesome. Finished that one up and got it spinning around all night. That's hands down the most traditional country song I've ever put out. And then, like we were just talking about a minute ago, cowgirl thing. Wrote that song about my wife about 5 years ago, and finally just got around to putting it out. So the music wise, it's been a great year. As far as the road's been awesome. I think we burn up just over the course of 2.5 months, dang near 12,000 miles. So that was a lot of fun. The driving wasn't always fun, but once you get the road in the rear view and you get on stage and there's anywhere from 200 to 1,500 rednecks in front of you ready to throw down, then it makes it all worth it.
Hey, that's true. But I'm gonna put a hot take out there. I like driving. I like the long road trips.
Man, I think I like driving by myself when I'm road tripping.
Hmm.
That's more enjoyable, but when you got other people, especially a band that are a group of metalheads,
I know.
you
I was gonna say you can't blast the music that you like.
no, that's when I make them turn the knobs and make all the fade go to the front of the van. That way I can have the back peacefully to myself.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm the kind of driver that when I'm by myself, even if I'm with people, I'll annoy them, and it's all right. I'm behind the wheel anyway. We get the aux, but
Right.
we'll drive, and I will listen to like album after album, just straight through, running through each one of the same singer.
I'm the same way, man. And I don't just do that when I'm driving by myself. I'm that way with everybody. If I'm gonna listen to Justin Moore's song, I'm gonna listen to an album or two.
That's right. Another Arkansas native.
Absolutely, absolutely. Somebody I've looked up to for a long time.
Speaking of that, I want to get into that. Now, growing
Okay.
up in Arkansas, you guys have a lot of legends from that state in country music. Who were some of your biggest influences, both from the state and just in country music as a whole, that made you want to pursue it?
Man, uh, out of Arkansas, it's going to be Justin Moore and Tracy Lawrence. Absolutely. I think we all had a little '90s kick. If you were a '90s baby, for sure, we all grew up on the '90s stuff. Um, that definitely was a fun time for country music. But yeah, Justin Moore definitely influenced me heavily. I think Mostly because I could just relate to a lot of the stuff he was putting out and singing about.
Hmm.
Flying down a back road, songs like that were just really hit home for me. So really looked up to that guy. Um, but as a whole, that picture is a lot bigger, man. When I was 5 years old, my dad started playing an album for me called "The New South" by Hank Williams Jr. And that album, front to back, is hands down my favorite album of all time. And then past Hank, it's guys like Merle Haggard, Waylon Jennings, George Jones, Willie Nelson. All that good stuff, all the way up to Charlie Daniels Band, Leonard Skinner. I grew up on a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I didn't really have a choice if I got in Dad's truck or Grandpa's truck. It was Bo Cephas, Skinner, or Merle Haggard.
Well, to me, it sounds like you were raised right. So, yeah.
Yeah, come on. I feel like I like to think I was, anyways. But and I would say, as far as the more what I would still consider modern day artists, because they're getting a lot of radio play. I've already named one of them, Justin Moore, Brantley Gilbert, um, Jason Aldean has always been a big influence to me. Dude's been there for me in my radio for a very long time now. So everything he's ever cut has been a hit, in my opinion. I would say Aldean has definitely influenced me the most, in many different ways. But more importantly than anything, he's been there for me in my speakers. Good times, bad times, driving down the road on a pretty day. There's always something relatable there with him.
That's right. And speaking of guys like Aldean and all the guys that are making it big in country music right now, if you weren't pursuing the career as a musician, what would you be doing?
Man, I would probably be burning welding wire with a MIG welder somewhere and a steel mill, or on the road with a rig, welding big truck pipes, uh, something along that line. I'd have a welder in my hand, no doubt about it.
That's awesome. Now before we go, this whole year, like I've been saying, has been flying by. I don't know what are there, like 348 days left? Oh wait, never mind. We 340 days, 348 days into 2020. Long day.
I know
Uh
what you meant.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
since we're winding down on the year, what are your plans for 2024 and what do you most look forward to the new year?
2024 is going to be a great year. We only have one show left this year, and that's in Van Buren, Arkansas. Of course, the last show had to be in Arkansas. That's December 31st. We're going to go out with a bang and break everybody in, give them a good old headache for 2024, more than likely. Um, but I feel like January is going to be a lot of behind the scenes stuff. The rest of the year past that, we're on the road hard. A lot of full band dates coming, and we're going to continue to stack those up as much as possible. There's also, I haven't told a lot of people this, but I might as well make the vocal announcement right here. March the 1st, 2024, my debut 11 song album called My Kind of Country is out everywhere. Really fired up about that. And I will say this, I am featured on a project coming out in 2024. That's all I'm allowed to say right now, because they're still getting more features on the record. But there's a big project coming out next year that I've been lucky enough to be a part of, sometime probably mid to late summer.
Well, let's go.
So a lot of shows, a lot of music.
You heard it here first. Debut album, March 1st, 2024. If you
Right.
aren't following Wyatt on Instagram and the rest of his social media platforms, you're slacking. Go do it now. Go stream
Please, dude.
him music. And, well, happy 2024 almost. Wyatt, thank you so much for joining me.
Man, I appreciate you having me. Thank you very much.
Anytime. And if Wyatt's in your area playing a show with a band, go see him and have a good time. See you guys
Y'all
next time.
come on. Keep it country.